Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Yeah, I know, I'm so fancy. How y'all doing? All right, we're going to do a collective and then an all signs 3D 45D today. So I figured Monday would be good for that. Apologies for my voice. I don't know. Hope y'all had a fun weekend. Got into something. Energies have definitely been intense. Big shifts have been happening. Weird shit's been happening. I don't know about for y'all. Definitely for me. Thinking about how I need to get more routine with this, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't be damn, what movie is that from with the dancing chicken? I know I brought this scene up I don't know how many times, but the Pure Country. It's from the damn song from the beginning of the movie. Yeah. He's talking to his friend about the dancing chicken. He's like, you remember when we were little and we went to the fair and we snuck into that penny show that we couldn't afford. And we saw the dancing chicken and we realized it was just a chicken on a stove. And there was a guy behind him turning a dial on a stove up and down to make the chicken dance faster and slower. He goes, I could just never understand why that chicken never jumped off the stage. And that's it, man. It's just like, I love doing this. And I love doing this for y'all. And I work with a relatively small group. If you're new here, welcome. But yeah, most of you guys are in the cord and everything else. So yeah, no. I can't force it. I can't be a dancing chicken. Now that's not to downplay those who can do it. I wish I had the ability to just turn it on and off. I mean, that's got to be grueling and draining. I mean, I can't imagine it. Like, I can handle it like in a fair setting or like at the Zen Den when it's face to face and there's an actual energy going on, but to just channel into the void. Alrighty. All right. It's like downside to summer, man. It's so humid down here. It's at that part of the year where it's raining every afternoon, just a little bit. All right. Collective 3D 45D. 45D celestials, angels, spirit guides, oversouls. Those all reside on the 5D. $40. All about the connections, things of that nature. All on the 4D web, where the connections between the 5D and the 3D take place. Usually reveals some truth to the information that goes along with the 3D. 3D. Basic narrative. What does everybody see, assume? What's kind of physically going on? What's going on the 3D? All right, so the collective reading is usually just what's the main storyline that's affecting the collective. It might not be you. It could be somebody close to you, right? Just whatever it is, it's on the web. It's within, I don't know, your soul tribe. Got the Ace of Wands, a lot of passion. A lot of passion being put into making things. I'm getting this making things energy, really in control and moving swiftly in a direction, right? Really trying to make things happen on the 3D. But I do see that there's a bit of reclusiveness going on, almost like a, good morning, Miss Cat. Almost like a, the reverse hermit is a defensive hermit. This is not a person who's taking peace because around them is dramatic. This is a person taking peace because they're afraid if anybody helps them or comes in, they're going to fuck up their stuff. At least that's how it appears on the 3D, on the 4D. On the 4D, this person is dealing with a lot of energy of wanting to move on, a lot of doing a lot of shadow work. I'm seeing a lot of inner shadow work on the thought processes that lead to things in your life, right? A lot of hesitation and right. So the Knight of Swords is this appearance of really wanting to move fast, but really on their mind, there's something that's missing that they're like, I'm not sure. There's something missing on as to what seeds to plant. They haven't figured something out yet. They're waiting for an epiphany, right? Right now, this person just feels like they're doing this. It's like what? It's just a blind intuition, just stubborn, blind intuition. I'm just going to keep walking this path. I know it doesn't look like it's a very smart thing to do to be walking blindfolded with crows pecking at your hair, but you know, I said, especially with this card, the way she's walking in between those lines, it's just like, I don't know what, I'm on the path. It doesn't know, it doesn't make, I know, it doesn't make sense to us either. On the 5D, it's like looking back on the past, but being defensive against it, right? The 5D is even like the past is nothing but a burden. That's the only other way I can read that. It's like the past is nothing but a burden. 9, 10, end the cycle. I always say with the 10 of Wands too, right? In this deck, this guy actually kind of has them at least bundled up into some kind of order. My other decks, it's like all scattered out, you know? So it's a matter of, yeah, putting down things you can't carry. You have the 8, 9, 10 of Wands. I would also say the Wands would also represent like how strong the cords are, right? How heavy the burden is. There's a lot of looking to the future, right? Putting the calculations in and looking towards the future because that's where your celebrations are. All right, Oracle card for the collective. We got Mountain, Strength, and Patience. I think that pretty much speaks for itself. Strength and patience. Remember, y'all, buttons and bells, please. Buttons and bells, buttons and bells. All right, y'all ready to get into some signs? We're going to do all signs, 3D, 4D, 5Ds, right? So here we go, Aries. Remember, if it doesn't fit you, don't force fit this stuff, y'all. Don't force fit it. Be happy if dramatic-ass storylines don't relate to you. Be glad that you chose the less dramatic timeline. Because remember, y'all, in this world, it's all a stage, and it's all as dramatic as you want to make it, all right? If you don't want it to be dramatic, stop being dramatic. It's weird because I have to break this down to explain it to y'all in a certain way, but the way I wish there was one single person in the world that I can actually explain how I see shit. But all right. I don't think there's any seer out there that can truly explain how they see shit. Not that it would make any sense to anybody else, right? Like, but I don't actually see shit. That's not how it works. All right. Aries, let's see what's going on for y'all. On the 3D, it's actually looking pretty good. On the 3D, if you got a lot of defensive energy, right? Bit of defensive energy, a hangman, a sitting still, taking care, reorganizing your mind, right? There's definitely a completion of a cycle. I'm getting a completion of a cycle of building a new foundation somewhere, right? Because you got a rebirth happening, right? Totally burnt to the ground and a rebirth really starting to happen. And a King of Pentacles here, right? Getting in control of yourself, your surroundings, and your finances. That's what the King of Pentacles likes to do. The King of Pentacles likes things to be neat, orderly, organized, T's crossed, I's dotted. On the 4D, it's funny. The Seven of Swords in this one, I don't really get like the thiefy energy. It's definitely a sneaky energy. Maybe even like, I don't know. There's a sneaky energy. There's definitely something this Aries is sneaking around on their mind, or someone's sneaking around, poking around, trying to figure out what's on your mind. Ooh, look, you even got the Knight of Swords here at the end, right? Someone's sneaking in, waiting for an opportunity to run in, right? I find this weird because you still have the 4D here, right? The 4D, the Four of Wands here, right? And in this one, it's definitely that foundation, building a foundation towards a marriage card, a relationship card, really, right? Building something towards a celebration. It doesn't necessarily need to be a marriage, but something that is worth celebrating. Foundations is worth celebrating. There is a defense that needs to be put around this. That's why I'm getting that this is an outside energy, right? Because this is a defensive energy being put up, and like in between this person slinking around and waiting for an opportunity, you got like all this celebration and wanting to defend what's going on in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Miss Ruth. Just halfway through Aries right now. I'm doing all signs. All right, on the 5D, And this is what I was saying by seeing stuff, right? The way I see it, as the way I see it, right? On the 5D, I see it as two angels that are connected to Aries, right? Roll with it. These are the two. Take those as they resonate to you, right? In the middle, I got 9 of Pentacles. And it's definitely the 5D telling Aries, dude, don't lose your focus on this. These are, the 5D is just as capable of having manipulative energies too. So I find angels to be celestials of the sun. These are two negative ones that are kind of battling each other for your attention, right? But you're supposed to keep focused on this, right? Keep focused on this. This feels rocked and this feels rocked. There's nothing you can do with these. There's nothing. This is affecting your 5D. There's really nothing. Just focus on this. Let them sort that shit out themselves, okay? Let them sort them shit out themselves, right? I'm not going to lie, and it's been picking up everywhere. There is a lot going on the 5D for the masculines, right? So don't stress yourself if you're a femme. If you're a femme that resonates with the masculines, then you already know what's going on. Yeah, there's discord, and you just need to take sanctuary for right now. Focus on what needs to be focused on. There is discord, and you just need to take sanctuary right now. Mentally, right? All right, well, that was weird, intense, and I usually don't read it like that. Taurus, here we go. Yeah, I know, I'm so boring. I did explain, so anybody who's going to try jump timestamps, if you want to understand the 3D, 45D, watch the collective at the beginning. All right, I'm going to tell you, you got Prince of Pentacles popping up on the 3D and the 5D for you. So I'm getting a sense of definitely something or someone trying to come in to help guide you towards a 10 of Pentacles situation, right? I see a lot of memories with this person. It could be somebody from the past that wants to bring in that good energy for you and help you. There's definitely going to be some leaps of faith needed to be taken for this transformation. But there's definitely a lot of creative energy, right? This is divine feminine fire energy. It's just a lot of creative passion in creating. All right. On the 40, this connection coming in definitely feels intense, right? It's an intense connection coming in, right? I do see a lot of worry about whether that'll work on the 3D, even though there is a lot of passion for it. It does seem like it's too good to be true. Do got the Chariot, though. And this one, it's the 2 horses. That's fate and fortune pulling. Doesn't mean it means you're going to be a millionaire, no. But it does mean that things are going to be easier. On the 5D, you still have, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, right? Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is a young earth energy, right? Coming in. Someone I feel that wants to help guide with this, right? Now, in the 5D, we do have the Chariot reversed. You get the Chariot reversed, and I feel like the Chariot will be reversed until some sort of toxic addiction or connection or behavior is changed, and delusions are set to a more realistic sense for the 3D, right? Right. A sense of, there's a sense of reality. Like the 7 of Cups is just be mindful what cup you decide to drink from. You don't drink from every cup. That's how you get poisoned. All right, for your oracle cards, you got work. Make sure you remain yourself a busy little bee. And you got love and compassion, right? And with the love and compassion card, I always say, make sure all that unconditional love and compassion you give to everybody else, give to yourself as well. Gemini. Gemini. And we'll say Knight of Cups up here, or Knight of Pentacles here too. Could be representative of Earth Angels. Not your quarters. It's not a Christian thing. Alrighty. Gemini, I got a lot of taking the time to really put in all the steps to make sure that you are manifesting your intentions. I see that you're putting a lot of physical effort on the 3D here, right? Really putting the science into, seeing the calculations of the journey. I do see that there's still a little bit of focus on some disappointments on the 3D, a way they're always being brought back up. You might talk about them, things of that nature, right? Got a little bit of overindulgence going on. That might be when you get this going on. But I do see that there's a lot of passion being displayed on the 3D. On the 4D, I do see that there's a Queen of Swords, this higher perspective, kind of seeing things as they are and trying to just maintain control of your home and kingdom, right? There's definitely some mixed messages coming in the love department, making things a little confusing, right? I see a 4 of Swords here, trying to really recuperate from things like that, right? Trying to let go of that cord because you don't want to get stuck in third-party situations where there's always somebody else on your mind, right? Do you see a 2 of Cups connection? There is a very strong soul connection here. But you're choosing to stay stuck in it. It's your choice. Right? It is a connection that you can cut the cord from. I think you're coming to that realization too with that all being on the 4D, right? Brought up the Earth Angels again because we do have the Knight of Pentacles on the 5D, really trying to guide you, right? Trying to guide you. 10 of Pentacles here, right? Trying to help you achieve this, right? Speaking of generosity and how to be generous without being of detriment to yourself, right? And you look, oh man, like you got these two, right? Right next to each other. You got these two right next to each other. But there is a very intense connection that you just can't release, right? That you need to. You know, and understand it's the same thing with building those pentacles. It's the same thing. It takes time, energy, and intention to want the cord cut. And then it takes practice of letting it go. When you do cord cuttings, you cannot spy and peek on the person that you're doing a cord cutting from. Cord cuttings are far harder now with social media than they ever were in the past. It used to be if you moved to the other side of the country, you just disappeared out of somebody's life. Right? You got a lot of things here with the DNA karma, a lot of recognizing where your programming came from your past and your family, and how to rise above these programs that keep you stuck in toxic cycles. Right? I get a sense of also you consider your karmic debts, your past karmic debts paid, right? Now it's time to rise above them and break those programs. That's the point of paying them. That's the point of going through it one last time so that you can recognize it for what it is and break that cycle. Cancer. I appreciate timestamps, guys. You guys don't have to, but I do appreciate them if you can. I know especially these ones are so long. I think you guys are amazing. You're like the fairies of YouTube. Timestampers are these magical people. As far as I'm concerned. I love y'all. I would do it. I just can't watch myself. And I forget. So spaz. All right, Cancer. Let's see what we got going on. All right, Cancer. I got... All right. I get a sense that you've really overcome something, right? You really centered yourself. You're in that 9 of Cups zone right now, and you're kind of defensive about it. You're like, dude, I'm not letting anybody come in and rock this anymore, right? I got a Queen of Swords. It's like, what? I'm cutting out the BS. This is on the 3D, so you're physically like, I'm happy. I'm not letting you come in and ruin my happiness. What I see these patterns, like you guys have made it abundantly clear down to the 3D, what is going on. What I'm a hermit on purpose. I'm a hermit on purpose. And I'm sorry, I'm not at your beck and call anymore. I am not interrupting other people's karma anymore. Focus on me. And you should be. You're one of the caring signs that loves to help. And unfortunately, people try to make you an enabler when you're like that. When you're too empathic, you attract people who need enablers. And it's like when you cut them off, then they feel like they were entitled to you enabling them and they get very upset. And if that's what you're dealing with, allow them to cut themselves out of your life. You know, they'll do it on their own. On the 4D, above that 9 of Cups, you got the 3 of Cups. I see that you do sense that what connections are valid and worth celebrating with, that you are generous with these other people, very loving, very giving, very taking. You got the Sun reverse in the middle right now, and it's, yeah, not so much that you're dulling your sign. I just feel like that right now that you're not feeling like you want to put out a whole lot of warmth and vitality because you're not trying to attract any new ones. Like all these other nasty people are being removed from your life, and you're like, I don't want to shine too shiny right now. I'm kind of enjoying having some peace, so I'm toning it down a little bit, focusing on controlling and taking control of my own finances, my surroundings, and things of that nature, right? I do feel like you have a sense that you know that you're stuck, right? Right, and that you're trying to kind of get over, I get a sense that you're trying to get over the guilt, right? Because when you're a very generous, caring person, you're empathic and you can see from their perspective and you understand their past and all this other nonsense. And you're like, well, I understand they are the way they are. But at the same time, it's like, you can't live your whole life like that. You can't. At the beck and call of everybody else, you just can't, right? I don't know if 77 is big for you, but you got 2 sevens down here. You got the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. So you got the seeds of intentions, reaping what you sow, and then you got some deceit on the 5D here, right? There's definitely the first card here, decisions that you need to be made that you're blinding yourself to, right? You reap what you sow, so you need to focus on what seeds you're planting, right? Got the Queen of Wands, taking control over your own passionate energies, right? And creative energies. I do see that there is some deceit. 5D here, I'm just going to go ahead and just keep the Knights as angels for this readings, right? We got the Knight of Wands, Archangel Michael. Yeah, if you feel like you're standing in a circle of fire and things are just burning down around you, that's what he does. That's what he does. He just burns everything out of your life. I try to warn people about that when they do spell castings and they call upon Michael. I'm like, he's not easy to work with. Passionate, angry, but he, yeah. But the phoenix can't be reborn unless it's burned completely to the ground. I feel like what you're going through and what you're putting, there's a major wake-up call, tsunami wave rolling around you. And I feel like it's something big within you. Like this is the tsunami is for everybody else. It's a final shift in you that you're like, no, this is how it is now, right? I don't know why, but that there's a scene in one of the Medea plays where she was like, there should be 2 places you should find peace. And it was something that was like the grave in your own home. And if you can't find peace in your own home, you need to figure out what's going on there. All right, that was Cancer. Leo. Kids keep stealing my coffee cups. I get stuck drinking from soup bowls. That I find the humor in them. I think they're funny. There's a seagull outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But yeah, there's a seagull outside. Should there be a seagull over here? No, I don't live that close to the water. All right. You definitely see on the 3D, there's a lot of, there's, got the Six of Swords here, which for everybody, that's my rite of passage card. That's an understanding of the path, right? Understanding of the path going on. There's definitely a Seven of Swords here. Futility, a cycle, something that you feel like, I get a sense of somebody around you that constantly is saying something, but it never fucking moves into fruition, right? Same argument over and over and over again. Like even if it's not a lie, it's definitely a deceit. But it just keeps happening over and over again. There's no way that you're gaining some understanding while you're sitting there stuck, right? There's definitely a decision that you're learning that you need to come to, and there's strength being built in towards, yeah, moving towards making that decision. I don't see it being fully made yet. On the 40, I sense that you are being a bit distracted on what you need to be focusing on. Can be hurting you in your financial areas if you're allowing yourself to be too distracted. I do see that there's a lot of effort being into shielding yourself from negative energy. I'm not sure if this is you or someone around you, but there definitely is someone who is playing a game with you or you're engaging in a game. There's definitely some control going on, a shifting back and forth, moving the pieces back and forth. One person's ahead, the other person's ahead, right? There's a manipulative disconnection, toxic connection on some level, right? That dampers your passions, right? It dampers your passions and where you should be focusing on. When you're constantly having to defend yourself from somebody who you think is manipulating you, yeah, it's going to keep you distracted from the things that you need to be focusing on. All right, on the 5D, you get the Seven of Wands reversed. I'm getting a sense that, okay, you're working really hard to defend yourself, energetically wise, trying to create a bubble of defense, but you're allowing it in one area. Just say, call it your sacral area. You're allowing these energies to still enter you, right? Which makes it unable to see anything beyond what's going on right now, right? It's denial that this is coming. It's just a lot of denial. There's definitely a lot of rebirth going on for you. I feel like there's going to be a big shift for you by the time next spring equinox comes around, right? I don't usually read those cards in reverse, but all the other ones have come out upright. So, and when I pulled the next card, just be mindful of what kind of connections you're maintaining and keeping right now, Leo. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Just be mindful. Pay attention to if you're just running a program or if you're doing genuinely what you want to do. All right, you don't have to run old programs. Virgo. don't know if 33 is big for you. Ay, ay, ay. Hold on now. All right, Virgo, on the 3D. On the 3D, it just seems to be a lot of love, right? A lot of positive princess energy, right? Princess of Pentacles, earth, nurturing, loving energy right there, right? There is a bit of 10 of Wands, but there's a lot to carry right now on the 3D, but your connection appears to be beautiful, loving connections, right? I do see that there's a little bit of painted illusion that people can definitely see here, right? 3D, that's the perspective that people see. What's on the minds of your connections are on your mind, right? I don't know if 99 is a big one for you, or 66. You got 33, 99, 66, right? 99, you got 9 of Swords and 9 of Wands, anxiety and defensiveness, right? Just a lot of ominous mental imprisonment, running in circles, right? Running in circles, running in circles, running in circles. Why are you running in circles? Because you keep looking in the past at this connection, at an old connection. Universe doesn't respond to who you pretend to be. It responds to who you are, and who you are is someone who's still stuck in this. Lie to me. Just because it's not on here, just because it's not playing out on the 3D doesn't mean that the 5D and the 4D aren't completely aware of it, right? Stuck on the past. Either you or someone you're dealing with is stuck on the past. And it's, whatever this is avoided to avoid conflict. Right? Because you get 3 of Swords at the beginning and you want a 3 of Cups, right? You want the celebration. There's a lot of looking back in the past, but it's not being put down to the 3D because it's a worry that it would just cause a whole bunch of conflict. Well, it's less than helpful from the 5D there. Let's see what we got. Got new beginnings and you got birth. And with the Dawn and New Beginnings card, it's just kind of, it's a go with the flow type of energy, right? It's a go with the flow type of energy. You don't really see what's around the bend, but you can see that the sun is starting to come up and it's around the corner, right? Birth takes its own time. You can't force it. You can't, well, I mean, I guess you can. In today's world, you can. But in general, birth just happens on its own. You just runs its cycle, right? What is that, Virgo? I'm going to light a little bit of sage. If I can remember where I put my light. Duh. All right, so it's Virgo going for Libra now. All right, Libra. I'm going to say it. I mean, I just got to say it. I mean, it's the best 5D line I've seen so far. So what's going on with the rest of you, Libra? Hmm. All right. On the 3D, I see you taking time to recalculate what directions you want to go in love. You're calculating how everybody around you is going to move when you make moves. You understand that the wheel is turning, but you are sitting still at the moment. Because you got the Hangman and you got the Hierophant on either end of the 3D. You got the King of Cups, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune. I get a sense you have a feeling that the wheel is about to start turning. I get a sense that you might even have a sense that this King of Cups might be another energy coming in. But for some reason, I just get a sense it's you wanting to move in a new era lovingly. A lot of masculine energy on the 3D too. You're moving from a masculine center. On the 4D, there's definitely a focus on controlling your money, your surroundings, and things around you, and what you are in control of. An understanding of where your focus goes is where the both growth will come. I do see that you understand this rite of passage, right? And I do understand that you realize that a portion of it does need to be traveled inwardly alone, right? I see an overcoming a 3 of Swords connection, allowing other connections to pull on yours, and a refocusing on bonding a soulmate connection. Right, and here's your 5D, right? I said a lot of calculating, hope and renewal going on for you right now. A lot of fertile Empress energy, right? She brings a lot of birth, rebirth energy, rebirth in all kinds of areas, not just in birth. If you are fertile, though, be careful. Just throwing that out there, right? Wheel of Fortune, again, turning for you. And we got here, right? The 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. And it's just kind of a thing of, just remember that everything comes in balance. You cannot have the 10 of Cups with not also being strong enough to carry the 10 of Wands. That's how it works. You have to go through all the aspects, not just one. A lot of people seem to forget that. All right, Libra. Got a lot of radiance and a lot of transformation, right? Kind of get that burning away, the burning away of the toxicity, allowing things to die so that new things can be reborn. A lot of focusing on the sun and how these things transformed you, right? And if you're really going to let the past die, you have to let it go, right? Scorpio. Scorpio. that wanted to be seen for some reason. It almost fell out for you, Scorpio. This is on the 4D. This is definitely somebody poking around trying to figure out what is on your mind. But they don't want you to know that that's what they're doing. All right, on the 3D, Scorpio. I got definitely putting out, you got the Princess of Pentacles. That's that. Calling in abundance, working on manifesting the money, being in that energy of attracting it in, right? Really focusing on a 9 of Cups. Your happiness comes from within. I can be happy on my own. Prince of Pentacles here. So you get the Princess and the Prince of Pentacles. This could be another person with you that's working with you. You guys could be on a team here. You know what I'm saying? Working on manifesting, right? And you got the Chariot here, feeling like I'm definitely on the 3D, being pulled by fate and fortune. I sense that there was a big battle that happened, right? There definitely was a battle that happened, and then you're now in an energy of one person feels defeated and the other person doesn't. But the battle is over. Like there was a build up to a battle, but the battle itself is finally past. On the 40, there's still some shadow work that needs to be done, some shadow work within yourself, some shadow work, some secrets about others that you might be refusing to see. Maybe some aspects about yourself as well. That the Moon card for me is about doing shadow work and recognizing shadows in people, like especially anybody you put on a pedestal, and especially if you put yourself on a pedestal, right? This is what it's all about. It's all about death and rebirth, right? Letting go of those toxic aspects of yourself so you can be reborn into a better version of yourself, right? So you can maintain these 10 of Pentacles, right? Maintain or achieve the 10 of Pentacles. I do sense a toxic masculine energy around you. This is going to be someone who's highly sexual in nature. Come off of very lustful, but I think you're aware of this too, because this is on the 40, but there's definitely a toxic masculine energy there, right? And another reason I say that you're aware of that is because I feel like you're hanging there for a minute, right? I think that you're aware of a lot of this and you're working on gaining those new perspectives so that you can make decisions differently to achieve your goals more efficiently. It's the 5D got for you. The 5D wants you to know you're still kind of out of balance, right? There's still a bit of imbalance going on, right? There's definitely a lot of working from this energy, right? Now, this is the Passion card, but it's also the D card. So it's a lot of, with that bottom toxic masculine energy, I feel like with this, the imbalances is you might be feeding in this a bit too much, and it's causing a bit of leaving you feeling trapped. I get kind of the same message. What was the sign that I had before that had that card too as well? And it's kind of like, are you allowing yourself to be penetrated that's keeping you stuck from opening up to other areas, right? I do get a sense that you have plans that you want to move forward, that you're working on plans to moving forward. But I do also sense that there's a bit of a toxic hermit energy. The toxic hermit energy is you think you know it all. You think you've got it all figured out. You're so much smarter than everybody else that you just can't even communicate with them anymore, but you don't. You don't really have it all. And it was, down to the 40 and everything else. You don't really have it all figured out yet. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just a recognizing where you don't have it figured out yet. Sorry, I know I keep checking my phone, but I don't know when. Okay, she's not coming till 12, so I got plenty of time. I didn't know when I was babysitting today. Oracle cards, right? Solitude and memory. Ooh, take some time for solitude and genuinely go back through your memories. And I love how pretty this memory card is, right? With a lot of that shadow work there's something in your memories. There's something you're missing in your memories. You need to take some solitude and self-reflection time. With Scorpio, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Getting a very torn, yep. I just said it too. I was like, I'm getting a very torn energy right now. First card on the 3D. First card on the 3D. Oh man, what's going on the 3D? What you said? Let's see what's going on here. All right. It's definitely a 3D situation. 3D. Yeah, 3D. Yep, 3D, Three of Swords situation going on. Someone at your mind, someone tearing at your mind, someone that you do not actually think very fondly of, right? Because you're not even, or your worry doesn't think fondly of you. I feel like there, whatever this is, on the 3D, you feel like there's a toxic connection being thrown back and forth, right? There's definitely, you're working on creating your own path right now. Yeah. I don't get a sense that a lot of people know about that part. I get a lot that this is the center of your spread. You're building your own path right now. You're working on maintaining your balance, right? And making a change in your life. You're the King of Wands here. This could be a passionate fire sign wanting to come in, or this could be you taking time to overcome hurdles in following your passions. On the 4D, on the 4D, I get that you're working very hard to maintain this warmth, to radiate this warm energy towards everybody, right? Because that's what fire signs do, right? You like to be warm and you like to be, right? I do sense that there's a bit of an illusion to this, though, because you got a 10 of Cups and the 10 of Cups reverse, which means the 10 of Cups should be there, right? When the 10 of Cups reverse comes in, it's like, especially on the 4D on your mind, it's like, there's technically nothing wrong. There's technically nothing wrong. There's technically nothing wrong. So why do I feel like this if there's technically nothing wrong? Right? I should be happy. I should be able to be enjoying where this path is heading. It's heading towards a celebration, right? Right? It's heading towards celebration, right? I just get so much confusion on the 4D. Like you just don't understand what's off, right? Well, let's see what the 5D has to say about that. All right. Sorry, you didn't give me much on the 40. You're so confused. Definitely get the Empress starting out here, right? And I get a lot of fertile, like I said, I get the warning with the 5D with the Empress card. If you are of childbearing age, be careful. That's all I got to say about that. But in general, this is a very fertile, fruitful energy. This is the kind of, the Empress energy is brings things to fruition in Earth. She's like the feminine manifester, magician, but she don't manifest money. She manifests, food and abundance in other areas, right? So definitely got you are strongly in that energetic flow, and that's how you've been working and maintaining your higher frequencies, right? The Empress is also like the Gaia Earth energy, right? I do get a 3 of Pentacles reversed here. I'm getting a sense of an uneven team or someone who is supposed to be giving constructive criticism, but it's not constructive criticism. It's passive aggressive criticism to hurt your feelings, right? So it's one or the other. It's either, I get a thing like with that Empress energy. It's like the more I do, the more I'm expected to do with this 3 of Pentacles. It's just not, it feels like it's an uneven team. One person's doing all the work, and the other two are just sitting there like, oh, yeah, well, you missed a spot there. And then you should have done this over there type of deal, right? You got the Star card here in the middle. And it's just a matter of the Star card for me is usually a calculation card, right? It's taking the time to calculate. It's taking the time to water the ground that you stand on, as well as following your intuition, right? It's when making hard decisions, it's calculating how to make hard decisions go as smoothly as possible for everybody concerned. There is definitely an energy that needs to be moved on from and released if you want to get back into that genuine 10 of Cups energy. Make sense? No? Okay. Then it's not for you. If it did, I hope it helped. Buttons and bells, buttons and bells, buttons and bells. I got communion and wisdom. I sense that you have all the answers that you need. You just need to really take some time to sit down and calculate what it is you genuinely want, right? I love this is Sag too, and Sag is my moon card, is my moon sign, and I love how like it's got a crone sitting there because I was like your moon sign is like your crone sign. That's what you're gonna be like when you're old. But it's a message for a Sag out there somewhere, right? So this is definitely taking time to commune with spirit, listen to your spirit guides. When I say things like that, it's like when you see a feather fall or you notice a synchronicity, you're not supposed to program your mind to think of somebody else. A lot of people will do this. A lot of people will go, oh, 1111 is a message from my twin. No. 1111 is a message from the universe. Now, if you happen to be thinking of your twin at the moment you saw the 1111, then yes, that's a message from your twin. But if you weren't, you don't take 1111 and assign a meaning to it, right? You don't take the synchronicities and you assign a meaning to it, whatever was on your mind before the synchronicity happened, right? Follow your own inner wisdom there. Take some time to follow your own wisdom. What was on your mind when the communication came in? All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Miss Magic Shrooms. I'm on Capricorn now. All right. Hi, Capricorn. For the 3D, I get that there might be a lot of celebrations and things going on around you, but I'm not getting the 10 of Cups reversed. So it's like there's a lot of celebrations going around you, but there's still a bit of discord going on. I sense that you're really trying to tap into your own energy here, right? The High Priestess for me is like the divine feminine manifesting energy, right? Trying to tap into source and create, right? Definitely with the Prince of Pentacles here, you're trying to manifest an energy of that abundance flow, right? Tapping in. I do sense what's in your way though is there still is a lot of strife and battles going on around you. So it's almost like on one side of the spectrum there's some abundance and celebration going on, but at the same time it's like the abundance and stuff like that is also causing inner conflict, which is rocking the 10 of Cups, right? These could even be two energies that are like working together yet at the same time working against each other. See how they're facing opposite directions? So it's like, okay, yeah, it looks like this, but nah, it's really like this. Let's see what we got going on. There's definitely a big message of balance being gained here. Someone is unbalanced and someone is balanced. So I can get from these two, right? Right. So this is also a sense of you're not in a relationship. This is a sense of part of you is having a hard time balancing the spiritual and the physical. But the other part of you, because the other part of you has been working on balancing light and dark. You've been trying to find the balance between light and dark with that Temperance card there. But you're missing the balance between the physical and the spiritual, right? There's definitely something you're missing. You're stuck. You got the Hangman reverse here. There's knowledge that you have not tapped into yet. You still got a lot of worry about this 5 of Pentacles, and that might be what is holding you back. I do got a King of Wands here. Now, this could be an energy that's on your mind or where your focus is. You're just really trying to focus your passions into, yeah. The King of Wands wants to he wants his pride, he wants his space, he wants his things like that, and he's passionate. All right, what's the 5D got going on? I definitely got a lot of immature. There is a lot of immature Page of Wands, immature messages, definitely around sexual energy, right? I got yeah. You get the 3 of Wands. It's like it's not you're not using your foresight. You're not really yeah. Yeah. These messages just mess with your head. They just totally lead you off track. These aren't the ships coming in for you. You know what I'm saying? These are little boys playing games is what I'm getting. It's like that's the energy I'm getting off here, right? These are little boys playing games. It's like, it's okay to be generous. It's okay to be generous, but don't be generous to a point where it's detrimental to yourself, right? Don't be generous so it's detrimental to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Keep a balance on who you're generous with, right? I've been saying the Knights, you got the Knight of Wands on the 5D here. So that goes with Archangel Michael burning things away, right? So whatever this is being removed from your life, that's being burnt away for a reason for you to get you out of this, to get you out of this, to get you so you don't have to keep worrying about money, right? I I feel like these people talk you out a lot of your money. Or they're the kind of people in your life that is influencing you to make poor decisions and give too much of your money away. But that's what I'm getting here. And you're being guided to allow the universe to burn those away for you. Right? Waterfall effortlessly and joy, right? Life is supposed to flow. It's supposed to flow. If you're fighting all the time for too long, then no, you're fighting in the wrong direction, right? Life should be full of joy no matter what path you're on. Do you have time to stop and smell the flowers? Is that what I got there? When was the last time you had time to stop and look at flowers? Aquarius. All right. Aquarius, we're starting out with King of Cups and the Prince of Wands, right? Definitely balanced emotions, moving. See, the kings in this deck are moving, right? Everybody's moving in this deck. King of Cups moving, right? I get this spreading the love, right? Prince of Wands, moving with passion, right? I do get that there is some sort of futility happening here. And I'm going to go ahead and say, actually, it's right in between the Princess of Wands and the Prince of Wands. So I definitely get a strife between two energies here, two passionate energies, but there is some sort of futile cycle going on, right? Princess is trying to put her own stars in the sky. The prince is trying to follow his own path. I feel like there's some sort of futility, some sort of fight that just keeps happening, some sort of deception for sure. Definitely a lot of back and forth. I feel Aquarius, I feel like you're genuinely doing your best to calculate your words, right? You're trying your best to transmute the energy. Or someone is here, right? Someone's doing their best to transmute their energy while all these missiles are coming at them. I'm just getting it to you because this is your reading. But since you got the prince and the prince there and you got the king on one side, just going for it. All right. Let's not dive too deep. I'll be here forever if I do that. All righty. On the 40, you definitely got the Three of Swords here. So your heart is definitely all tied up and bound and being pulled in all kinds of weird directions because of all of these cycles and stripes, right? Just going to go out, right? You got 19 the Sun, 20 Judgment. It's this wanting to vibrate really, really hard, really, really high, right? But there's all these harsh judgments upon yourself that might be holding you back that you need to break through. Definitely there's this outside opinion for some reason. Outside opinion. You get the Emperor card here, right? The Emperor card is definitely either you or someone you're dealing with here that is, yeah, you're playing the game with, you're playing chess with, you're moving pieces, you guys are calculating, moving around, right? Either you're doing it or someone's doing it to you, but there is an energy of someone on your telepathic 4D connections that is aware of all the pieces and aware of how everything is moving, right? And there's a calculation being put in to move towards this energy. Right? On the 5D, I get a sense of you're putting off a hermit, but it's blocking you. Right? I said it before in another reading. The reverse hermit is the one who thinks they know it all, that they've got it all figured out, that they're so much smarter than everybody else. But that's how you genuinely feel. You could even be trying to radiate this energy because you really want to on the 40, but in truth, there's things you're acting like you know everything when you don't really know everything. And that's fine. Nobody knows everything. It's kind of the default of being stuck in a 3D body with a 3D mind, right? I get a sense of a lot of working on skills. Also, with this, especially in the 5D, 7 of Pentacles for me. Oh, this is 8. Yeah, so this is definitely just working on skills. I was going to say 7 is different. But all right, so this is 8 of Pentacles. This is a real focus on work. And not to lose your focus on work and building skills. Right? Definitely a decision that's not being made. A blindfold that's being chosen to be staying on. You're choosing to keep a blindfold on. You're refusing to make a decision. Your spirit guides are calling you out in your bullshit right now, right? You can flex the King of Cups all you want, but it's King of Swords that's going on. Let me say it again. You can flex King of Cups all you want, but it's King of Swords going on. It's just a control. This is a control of thoughts and words. It's control of thoughts and words, not a genuine control of emotions. Yeah. Yeah, this is about to be. I have a sense that you're going to have to get sly about something here, right? Or you have been being sly about something. And there's definitely some information that's going to cause a big blow up around you, right? Understand that the blow ups are necessary. These are necessary to burn down in a way. Like I said, there's been a lot going on. It's summertime. This is Michael's season, y'all. So there's been a lot of burning things down to the ground. These blow-ups are necessary in order to create a more fruitful environment, right? But I do sense that there is some slyness going on, some information that's going to be coming out. Whew, Pisces, hour, 20 minutes. Pisces. All I got in Pisces is my Venus. Triple fire sign, sun, moon, rising with a heart and a water sign. I'm a cusping Aries though, so I'm the 22nd. I'm literally the first day of Aries. And the spring equinox. You started out with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which I get is kind of, there's some sort of cycle that keeps repeating for you here that could be causing a bit of blockages. I do see that you have the Six of Pentacles. In this deck, it says success. I feel like with the success in this one, usually that's a give and take. It's a generosity card, right? It's you equally give as you equally get. But in this deck, because she's standing on her own, I feel like you're getting ready to receive on the 3D things, right? Definitely got a Queen of Wands, passionate energy going on. You know, you get the universe here. The 21, an opportunity definitely, or appearing to break into a new cycle, right? This is a cycle that's already run twice and you have an opportunity to break it, right? It's very important. You need to sit down and sit within yourself. You have the Hierophant here, and you've got the Prince of Pentacles here. And the Prince of Pentacles is also that abundance, receiving energy, only instead of just getting back in what you've given out, it's a manifesting more and attracting it in for yourself, right? Definitely a warning about a repeating cycle, though, that needs to be broken. On the 4D, I definitely see that there's a lot of hope and renewal. There definitely is a lot of confusing messages with love. I feel like there might be even some future casting going on around you, right? It's like, oh, yeah, right. When are you planning on pulling that off? When pigs are flying? Like, are you serious? You know? I do feel like you still have a lot of hope in this because in the middle, it's the 10 of Cups upright. So I kind of think, like with this, sometimes it comes into like a negative thing, like people get very frustrated with it. I think you genuinely, I think you have some hope and renewal with this person. You're just confused by some of the shit that they say, but there is genuinely a lot of love and foundation in this. I do see that there is a lot of worry about money, and that worry about money is the cycle that's going to keep you from being unable to break the cycle. All right. The 5D, I'm getting a strong sense of you need to understand what you are in control of and what you are not in control of. If you're not in control of this, then you're not in control of this. But what you are in control of, you need to grab it. What do I say about this, especially when I see it on the 5D, right? I always get that bagel meme. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And it's talking about, I'm eating a chocolate chip bagel and my dog wants a piece and my dog doesn't know that it's not good for them and the chocolate will make them sick. All they know is they're sad that they didn't get what they want. And at the bottom, it goes, here's me in the corner chewing on my bad decision bagel. And then here's the 5D grabbing you and going, give me that bagel. All right. Definitely get that there's a cycle that it is not allowed to die. If you don't get control of your shadow and rip that bad decision bagel out of its mouth and allow this cycle to die, whatever thought process this is, whatever cycle this is, your 10 of Cups will end up being reversed, right? And it will trickle all the way down into the 3D, right? It's time to also, the Strength card, it's about grabbing the tiger by the tail. And I get a lot of it is allowing yourself to be involved in others' dramas. Just with that 5 reversed, that 5 of Wands reversed. It's just, just be mindful of what battles you're allowing yourself to get into and what you're allowing yourself to be dragged into, right? That's when people start talking about why it's important with who you hang out with. It's not saying that you need to cut out everybody in your life. I mean, you're allowed to hang out with your poor friends and things like that. They're not going to make you poor but if they're toxic people that bring drama and lower your frequency, that's different. That's different, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't mind going to the river and barbecuing hot dogs and things like that and having a good time on the weekend. Doesn't mean I don't like going someplace nice too. But those people that I'm hanging out with do not cause me drama, do not cause me conflict. They raise my vibrations, not lowering it. Be very, very mindful. Be very, very mindful. Ooh, you are being guided. Definitely being guided. And there's definitely a lot of sticking to that Gaia nurturing energy. Right? I get Gaia nurturing energy and just that whole bad decision bagel thing still. There's just a lot of message for food with you, Pisces. It's been a couple readings now too, right? I ain't gonna lie, I've been being bad the last few days. But there's definitely a lot about the food going on, right? I don't know if maybe Pisces are specifically susceptible to the vibrations of food, but there is definitely with this guiding, a lot of guiding going on. And just with that nurturing card. I don't know. Very weird. Very weird. I randomly get that with some signs it'll be all about money. But there's definitely a lot about nutrition. Just thinking about my Venus and Pisces, I'm like, yeah, and it's like the universe is like, yeah, bitch, stop eating your feelings. I felt like that was personally for me, but if the shoe fits, y'all can you can feel free to borrow them if you want to. I love you guys so much. Thank you for showing up and hanging out with me today. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all so much. I'm going to be back just as soon as I can, I promise. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that today, Miss Shrooms. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a water fast today. I got my coffee going. And I think I might have some Atkins shakes. I'll use that for my vitamins so they don't make me sick. But I'm going to go through at least no chewing anything today. Y'all have a beautiful day. I'm going to catch y'all later. I'm going to go put the spell card up in the court if you all want to join.